I go through all the motions and follow all the church's teachings as best I can. But I'm having sincere problems trusting God, loving Him and loving others, and freeing myself from hatred, pride, and depression, despite a lot of counseling. I desire to be a saint. How can I change the path my heart and soul are on? I feel like I keep running into walls, despite my regular Mass attendance and my prayer life. All right, now that's a good, honest statement from a good, honest person. You know what that reveals to me? The very fact that you're so honest and you say, I want to be a saint, shows me that you're not as far away as you think. What you are encountering is the normal struggles of all those who are striving for holiness. Okay. What should you do? I have trouble, here's the problem. I have trouble trusting God. Let me teach you a little thing. I have trouble, people say I have trouble trusting God. I have trouble with humility. I have trouble with forgiveness. All these things. Remember this. All of these things. Here, I'm giving you a principle. You can solve a million problems with this principle. All of these things, here's how you approach them. They are an act of the will. Trust, like love or forgiveness, is an act of the will, a decision, not a feeling. Not a feeling. One of the weapons which the enemy has used greatly to his advantage is getting us to believe that we should go by our feelings rather than our intellect and our will. Another question said, how are we created in the image and likeness of God, in that Trinitarian image? Well, Jesus is the image of God, the firstborn of all creation. Intellect, will, memory, these things reflect the Trinitarian glory of God. Don't go by the lower faculties of the emotions. You will be deceived. You will be up one minute and down the next. Go by a well-formed conscience, your intellect. The proper object of the intellect is truth. And until your mind rests in the truth, it will be restless. The proper object of the will is the good. Until your will, your heart, rest in the good, and by the way, the good is God and the truth is God. These are names for God. Like St. Augustine said, our hearts are restless, O Lord, until they rest in Thee. Your mind is made for truth, your heart is made for the good, your mind is made for God, your heart is made for God, your will is made for God. Until you rest in God, you can't rest. You'll be tormented. You'll be driven to one extreme and then the other. Emotions have to be under the control of a well-formed conscience, a well-formed mind, and a will rooted in God that's strong enough through the power of grace to resist evil and to do good. Until you do that, if you're driven by emotion, you can't win.